There's a point in life where we all have a tendency to settle in, to just drift aimlessly through the monotony of day-to-day life. But if we're lucky, life taps us on the shoulder and reminds us where we're supposed to be.
This is my barn. 12 years ago, when me and my wife bought this house, this was the main reason. We had big plans. But like most people, life happened. 2 kids and a dozen other priorities later, the barn stayed exactly the same. Ignored. But the idea of what it could be never really went away. So last winter, I decided to stop saying eventually, and I took the first step. I went over to Home Depot, got a credit card, and dove headfirst into debt. The plan was actually pretty simple. I was going to do insulation, wiring, shiplap. I figured I'd be done by spring or early summer, and I'd be up there relaxing. But like usual, things rarely go as we plan. Adding another project to my already overfilled schedule was probably a bad idea. But it was the last thing on my mind at this point. I was just excited to get started and see where this project took me. We have piles and piles of shit in our barn that just needed to get shuffled around at this point, put into other corners while I work on one side of the barn. At the time, I don't think I realized that eventually I was going to have to find somewhere to put all this stuff, most likely the curb. But for now, shifting it all to one side so I could work on the opposite side was my only option.
Each of us is, at this moment, standing in the middle of his own acres of diamonds. If we will only have the wisdom and patience to intelligently and effectively explore the work in which we're now engaged, we'll usually find that it contains the riches we seek. No matter what your goal may be, perhaps the road to it can be found in the very thing in which you're now engaged.
For the past 12 years, this project's felt impossible. And now all I've done is hung some proper vent and moved some junk around up there, and it feels like it's already done. Well, not already done, but it's that first step that just gets you motivated to keep going. And once I've taken that first step, there's nothing that's going to stop me. Well, it turns out motivation can only go so far, because now it's spring, and I've done nothing else. I'm short 96 boards. Called Home Depot, they're gonna send them over with the rest, but whatever, no big deal. Most of it's here, and it's exciting either way. From January to May, the barn sat completely untouched. I decided I would order all of the supplies I was going to need for this project. That way I knew I would not give up and just stop working on it. Like a lot of you who watch these kind of videos, my childhood is full of memories of my father out in the garage building stuff. I remember my mom would sit down with a notebook in the living room and work out plans for what she wanted to do to the house, and my dad would figure out how to do it. Even if he didn't know what he was doing, he would figure it out. Back then, I would have passed on any opportunity I had to go out in the shop and learn from him. And now, I can't imagine doing this project without him. We started by putting in this window. I got this off the side of the road for free when somebody was replacing all of their windows in their house. One lesson that I learned from my dad a long time ago: waste not, want not. It's probably why I'm a hoarder. Thanks, Dad.
Who taught you how to do this stuff?
I learned it by watching you.
You may not always see the results immediately. Seeds do not sprout the moment they are planted. They require care, time, and patience. So too do your efforts. Some days it will seem as though nothing is happening. The mind will whisper, why continue? Ignore this voice. Persist, for success belongs to those who hold the vision.
A lot of the steps in this project are really hard to get done alone, and trying to schedule around work, family, friends that were going to help, things like that, made it really difficult to get this done as fast as I was hoping. Regardless, I was able to learn how simple windows are with a little help from my dad.
Well,
Oh, there's one over there
baby
too.
bird fell out.
What happened? A baby bird.
A murder.
We did all the wiring. Look, it comes up. You get your own outlet for the thing. And we have outlets all the way. They go up and over just in case we do the.
Don't touch the baby bird. And don't let that go near it because she'll eat it and then she'll probably throw it up in my
All right,
head.
get the fuck out of here. I thought you cared.
Go ahead.
A string from side to side. We don't know if the string is level because I don't have a string level. Should we just go buy a laser level to see if the string is level? we didn't even need this. I had started running all of the electrical on my own, and luckily I stopped because truth is I didn't really know what I was doing, but I figured whatever, I'm just running wire, it wouldn't be a big deal. My buddy Brett came over and helped me figure it all out the proper way. He does a lot of side jobs and knew a little bit more than I did about the whole situation. So together we ran all the wire and then we put these boards across the ceiling where we're going to be attaching all of our shiplap boards later in the video. I've known this guy for a long time, and he's always willing to come and give a hand when you need it. We actually got in a fist fight years ago behind a bar. We're still friends. Love you, Brett. Hello. Home Depot was late with the second batch. So I gotta unload and move all these boards by myself. There's 96 left to go. I'm thinking that's probably 32 trips if I can do 3 at a time. All right, there we go. 180 boards, 12 foot long, 1x8 shiplap. A lot of insulation and stuff all over the place in here. All right, we're getting there. There we go. That's the pile. Moved, ready to go. So this was the worst part of this entire project, insulation. I mean, everybody knows how bad insulation sucks, but trying to get this insulation to stay up in the eaves of the ceiling was a total nightmare. I learned now from a good friend of mine that they make these metal clips that you can just put in and it holds it up. And God, I wish I had known that. I would have spent the money because what a pain in the ass. My dad and I came up with this plan where we could just nail some boards into the sides and then stuff our insulation in, and that would give us something that we could nail some faceboards to just hold the insulation in place. I really don't want to bore you with a bunch of footage of us installing insulation. It was not fun and a huge amount of work. The wall insulation was fast and easy. Just cut it, insert it, and you're good. I spent all this time working on this, and at the beginning it felt like, oh my God, it's going to go so fast. And then the insulation just made it feel like we were at a standstill. But then the day came when it was time to put up that first board. And oh my God, talk about motivated. It changed everything. We laid the first board out and made sure we had it nice and level, and then from there, it's pretty simple.
Some of us have goals, some don't. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. It's that simple. Think of a ship leaving a harbor, and think of it with the complete voyage mapped out and planned. The captain and crew know exactly where it's going and how long it'll take. Now let's take another ship. Let's give it no aiming point, no goal, no destination. We just start the engines and let it go. I think you'll agree with me that if it gets out of the harbor at all, it'll either sink or wind up on some deserted beach, a derelict.
Once we had all of the lower walls done, we could move on to doing the ceiling. Every time my dad and I were able to get together, we'd work for about 5 or 6 hours, and then he'd usually take off, and I'd either come back out here and try to work alone, or call it a day. Alright, so I thought this was real funny. I'm going to hold my next board up with the ladder, which is just tilted. We're going to stuff it in there, and I should be able to hold it on this side. Hold on. There you go. And get it up. Let's see if this works. Working alone, you know? The days where I tried to work alone were pretty difficult when you're doing a ceiling, but I was able to do a little bit of finagling to get a couple boards in here and there. The sidewalls, on the other hand, were pretty easy to work alone on, so I did a majority of these sidewalls by myself.
Understand this clearly. It is not enough to know what you want. You must begin moving toward it, even imperfectly. The man who takes one small step daily will in time surpass the man who spends his life waiting for the perfect moment. Success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who advance. Action, no matter how humble, carries power. It signals to the mind, this is real, this matters.
Once I figured out the angle, I just used my jigsaw to cut all the boards. They weren't pretty, but I knew I'd be hiding all of this with molding.
You may wonder, what if I act and fail? Consider instead, what if I never act at all? Failure through effort is a lesson. Failure through inaction is simply regret. When you act, you gain feedback. You learn. You adjust. You sharpen your approach.
Alright, so this is another spot where I kind of just had to stop for a little while. If you watch this channel, you know that I do a lot for Halloween, so it was time to take a break from this, move all of the stuff from the downstairs of my barn into the upstairs that I had cleaned out earlier this year, and get ready for this big party. Once Halloween was over, I cleaned everything up, brought all the stuff back downstairs, and I could get back to work. What a pain in the ass. On a cold day in November, I came back out here and it was time to install these gable vents.
We're going to try to do it from in here.
All right, one gable vent installed.
This is me giving Nick jigsaw.
There's something really fun about being this high up on a ladder. Now, a few years back, we were getting a lot of bats in this barn, so I had sealed all of the spots where the soffits are. I wanted to reopen them before I put in the proper vent, but I was really worried that we were going to end up with bats in our barn again. So I decided to put up the proper vent and do all the work and then just install the soffit vents from the outside. This was much more simple than I expected it to be. I just grabbed some off of Amazon, used a hole saw, cut them out, and just popped them in with a little bit of adhesive. All right, well, I forgot to get a couple boxes for the outlets, and so I'm running over to do that while my dad works on the door. So there's probably not going to be as much footage of the door as I thought, but you get it. He's framing it right now. Easy peasy. Got him. This is my Uncle Butch. He's an electrician and an all-around good guy. Thank God I have people in my life that can help me with these things, because installing electric is scary and I don't want to burn my barn down. I didn't film too much of this, but he came over and installed a whole new panel and ran all of my outlets for me. Originally, my plan was to just cover this and make a solid wall over there. But when my friend Brett was there that one day, he had mentioned how hot it was up there and thought maybe I should keep the door. So as of now, that's the door we have. I might change the door out eventually and put a little walkout porch right there. We're going to be closing in this floor completely and adding a spiral staircase once we work on the downstairs. So having a spot where you could get things up and down easily would be nice, and that might be the perfect spot for it. All right, time to do the actual ceiling, and I knew this was going to be hard. I figured I would try to do it by myself, and I got a little ways along and then realized I was kind of getting a little wonky. So I had to tear it back down, which I didn't bother showing you here. And then I just waited for my father to be available to help me do the rest of it. When my wife and I were planning this project, we talked about the lighting probably more than anything else. We weren't just trying to make it bright up there, we were trying to create a place where we could go, relax, sit down, watch a movie, and just enjoy the space without any harsh lights. I've used Lumery on a few projects now, and their lights just fit with the way I build. They're simple to install, flexible, and adaptable to whatever the space needs. For the barn, we went with this model right here. There's all sorts of different color temperatures. You can even change the color of the lights themselves. They're recessed, and they pivot on a gimbal. The versatility of these lights will let this space evolve over time. Right now, it's going to be a spot where we can sit down, relax, and watch movies, but who knows what it'll be in the future. And the ability to turn these to white lights or dim them down or change them any color we want really works for the situation we're in. I'm not an electrician, but installing the lights themselves couldn't be easier. Black to black, white to white, ground to ground. And then the whole box plugs right into the light itself. Slide the box up into the ceiling, and then I could just take these clips and push these up into the spot where they went. Once I had all of the lights installed, dialing in the color temperature and the brightness of these lights started to make the whole room come together. Lumery is looking to work with more creators in 2026, and after using these lights, I can see why. They just make projects like this feel like they were done right and easy. I'm going to put a couple links below where you can pick up these lights or contact Lumery if you're a creator and you're looking to work with them. And thank you to Lumery for supporting this project. So we got some big gaps right here that we need to fill in. And we thought about it for a long time one day and just decided that the best plan was just to make some fake beams. My dad had a whole bunch of old rough cut pine, and we just came up with a plan to cover the holes with that. And honestly, this might be my favorite part of the entire room. I am so happy we went with this option. It's just so cool looking. Once that was done, all that was left to do was add some molding to hide all the mistakes that I had made earlier. When I started this project, it was all about the space, what it would be, what we would use it for, and as I was working on it, it became all about the process. This is just a year's worth of spare time. Little moments where I might have been sitting on the couch watching TV or just staring at my phone. But instead, I decided to make a change, to rewrite my story in those little moments. I could think of a million excuses to avoid doing anything at any given time. But if I had, I wouldn't have built this place for new memories. Or made all these memories with my dad along the way.
Bye, see you again, and have a good dream.